Call to order this meeting of the Siloam Springs Planning Commission. Roll call.
Vang.
Here.
Montgomery.
Here.
Sally.
Here.
Kenny.
Here.
Smith. Bernard.
Here.
Here.
Could you all stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioners, you all received a copy of the previous minutes from the July 11th meeting. Did anyone see anything that should be corrected? If not, do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the first item on the agenda tonight is Special Use Development Permit SU 2302. Maegan?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. This is a special use permit request for a property located at 928 South Crow Street. The request is to use a single-family residence as a short-term rental. You can see from the general area map on your screen that the property is currently zoned R2 residential medium. And this is the overall site view of the property. You can see it's this blue house that sits here on the corner of East Kenwood Street and South Crow Street. And this is looking forward to the house so you can see what it looks like. The property is zoned appropriately for the proposed special use and does have existing parking that meets the minimum residential parking requirements. Staff is recommending approval of this request with no needed conditions, and staff is available for any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Is there anyone from the audience who would like to speak on this item? If not, commissioners, do any of you have anything?
Their quiet hours say 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Isn't that normally 10 p.m.? Do we care about that?
I'm not 100% sure what the quiet hours are, but we think it's 10 p.m.
Well, this is the first one I've seen that said 11 p.m. is the only reason it made me question.
Okay. If it's 10 p.m., we can have her revise that.
Okay. Thank you.
Jay, can I ask a question? Do you know what the city ordinance says on loud noise? What time? I know there's a specified time, and I know I should know it, but I don't recall.
Okay, I think we're working now. Yeah, there is a code provision in regard to noise, and it does set some hours, but off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you whether it's 10, 11, or something else. I just have to look that up, and sorry, I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Mr. Vice Chairman, we can address the hours with the business license application. When that comes through, we can make sure it meets the ordinance for noise.
Anyone else have anything? If not, do we have a motion?
Mr. Vice Chairman, I move that we approve the special use development permit SU 23-02.
Have a motion to approve SU 2302. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call. Yes.
McKinney.
Yes.
Bernard.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Song.
Yes.
And Montgomery.
Yes.
SU 2302 passes and will go to the board on September the 5th, 2023.
That's my birthday.
happy birthday, man. Next item on the agenda is special use development permit SU 2303. Mr. Rhoads.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Ben Rhoads, Senior Planner. So we have another special use permit, different part of town now. This is at 799 South Lincoln Street. This is right at the corner of East Tulsa and Lincoln, how you get into the subdivision here, that entry there into the subdivision. And it's a recently remodeled home by the applicant, Mr. Jonathan Barnett, that was done and rezoned as a residential office. And that came through last year, you might recall. And he's since remodeled it and is desiring to rent this out as a short-term rental to help recover some of the costs in the remodel. And he did provide a letter with the proposed rules. You can find that in your packet. Staff doesn't have any concerns with what he's proposing or any other particular issues with this property. As you can see, there is sufficient area for parking out in front, so there shouldn't be an issue with that. So with that, we are recommending approval with no conditions, and we're available for any of your questions. Thank you.
Does anyone from the audience have anything to say on this? If not, commissioners, do you have questions or comments? If there are no questions, would someone like to make a motion?
Move approval SU 23-03.
We have a motion to approve SU 2303. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bernard,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Song,
Yes.
Montgomery,
Yes.
Sally,
Yes. SU 2303 passes and will go to the board on September the 5th. The next item on the agenda is special use development permit SU 2304.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. This is a special use permit request for a duplex unit located at 2970 Meridian Place, Unit A. The request is to allow for the portion of duplex designated for Unit A to be used as a short-term rental. This request does not include Unit B of the duplex. You can see the general area map on your screen is calling for R4 zoning here. That's residential 2 family. And this is the overall site view. So that's the overhead looking north, and then this is looking south, so you can see which one we're referring to. So Unit A is this left side here, and Unit B is over here, and that is not included in this request. The property is zoned appropriately for the special use permit request and does have existing parking that meets the minimum parking requirements. It should be noted, following the publication of the staff report, staff did receive 1 phone call of concern in opposition to this request. Staff is recommending approval of this request with no needed conditions, and staff is available for any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone from the audience who would like to speak on this one? If not, commissioners, do you have questions or comments?
Mr. Vice Chairman, just one correction. It says no smoking or drugs are allowed, spelled A-L-O-U-D. And while we were talking about noise on the last one, and no vaping is to be allowed either, we might ask them to correct that if they're going to post that somewhere, and make sure we have the right word for it.
Yes, ma'am. Staff's saying they hear us. Anyone else? If not, would anyone like to make a motion?
Mr. Vice Chairman, real quick. Are both sides of the duplex owned by the same people? It wasn't clear.
Yes, it's the same owner that owns the entirety of the duplex. However, he's only doing it for Unit A.
Okay,
Of the
I
duplex.
read the letter a couple times and I just kept going back and forth if they were or not. In that case, Mr. Vice Chairman, I make a motion to approve special use development permit SU 23-02. 04, sorry.
We have a motion to approve SU 2304. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Bernard,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Song,
Yes.
Montgomery,
Yes.
Sally,
Yes.
McKinney.
Yes.
SU 2304 passes and will go to the board on September the 5th, 2023. Commissioners, you received a copy of the board and staff approved permits. Does anyone have a question or comment on those? If not, item G is a staff announcement on the town hall meeting. Mr. Rhoads.
Thank you again, Mr. Vice Chairman. Yes, want to make an announcement, and I did put this in the email, I believe, as well, but we're having a town hall meeting on August the 24th. That's from 5:30 to 7. And the purpose of that meeting is to learn all about the community development process. So kind of a look underneath the hood, the pull back the curtain as to what we do day to day here at City Hall. When these applications that come before you, how they actually get to the form where you are reviewing them, how the staff reports are put together, our technical review process, because we've been asked by city leadership to present something to the community, just showing kind of what we do. It's going to be kind of technical, but it will at least give people an idea what the process is to get applications approved. So that's open to the public, but we do want to extend a special invitation to the Planning Commission because obviously this involves your work here on the commission. And also the board of directors will be invited to attend, so it'll be a joint workshop. Of course, the media is included with that, and developers, and then anyone else from the public that might want to hear. That's going to be at the public library, and we'll do a slideshow presentation, and then we'll open it up to just a general Q&A afterwards. So. Come and learn about development procedures on the 24th. I'm available for any questions if you have anything.
And what time is that?
It's 5:30 to 7. It's a Thursday night, August 24th.
Thank you, Ben. Looks like that covers everything on our agenda. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.